My name is Faezeh Parks. I am from ChildrenseeChildrendo, which has just been launched this week. And I am very, very interested to have arrived here. And yesterday I had the privilege of going to the NatCam event, which is the National Protection of Children Week. And there as well, I realized putting it all together, and being a devil's advocate, which I always am, I always ask myself, you know what, we do have confusion. We've had confusion all over the world about our place. Everyone has their ethnicity in mind, but how about thinking globally? How about thinking, you know, even in Europe, having traveled there, lived everywhere all across the world, because I call myself a global citizen, I look at it and say, assuming that we all accept our ethnicity, but how about thinking globally and working locally? I noticed that every one of us, while we were seated here, we were discussing my community, how about our communities together, working together? So that, I mean, people look at my earring and they go, oh, you've got one earring which is looks a bit weird, full of blood, you know, it's a injection. And I go, yes, it is because we're all connected by blood. We're all one blood, we're all one family. Really, the world is one country and mankind are its citizens. So I don't seem to understand why we're always talking about my community. How about working for our communities and having the diversity, which I appreciate. Everyone has to have their own language, their beautiful, wonderful food. But you know what? The globalization is far, far more important than our divisions. And I would like to understand where the ECCV can come in promoting not only diverse multiculturalism, but diverse, but also inclusive of globalization. Thank you.
That's good. So the question for me is, how do we reconcile multiculturalism in a monocultural regime? That's been at the back of my mind for a really long time, and that's the reality. And when I raise it with people in decision-making positions, they look at me and say, what do you mean? And I say, well, let's look at our political system for starters. The Westminster system, it's there, we work with it, we respect it. Does it make any, not allowances, but how does it respond to sensitivities, you know? I take your point. I think there's more power in collective thinking, but I wouldn't agree that we sacrifice and compromise all of the richness, for example, in this room and in this community. I think they can happen together, and that's what we aim to do. But if that was happening successfully, we wouldn't have an ECCV. We wouldn't have MRCs, you know, migrant resource centres. We wouldn't have a whole range of specific programs that put us on the periphery. It would all be working successfully